Welcome to the autumn season, arguably my favourite. And this year I have designed two different arrangements in two different sizes. This is the autumn Brambles arrangement in the Deluxe, and I'm just going to be showing you how to arrange this one. It's a really generous size. I'm using our Suffolk vase, which is 28 centimetres high by 28 centimetres wide. It's got a neck opening of 12 centimetres, so it kind of perfectly holds everything, but gives you lots of space to create a really kind of dramatic show for autumn. So I'm going to be starting with the 3 stems of blush eucalyptus and just kind of teasing these side shoots out a little bit and measuring it up against your vase to give you an idea on size. So ideally you want this to kind of start around here, so it gives you good indication on where you're bending that. And at this point I'm just going to create like a nice base for everything else to sit within. And don't worry too much if they move around. Perfectly normal whilst you haven't got everything else in. This one I'm going to do slightly taller than the rest. I like to vary the kind of the heights as much as possible just to make it feel as natural, because in nature you don't really find that stems are all exactly the same. Just going to put this one kind of towards the back a little bit. You get the idea. You can play around and create your base shape. Next, I'm going to put the limonium in. So we've got 2 stems of limonium. This is our autumn limonium, which is a really, really beautiful, it's kind of like a dried look to it. So it's kind of got small touches of creamy white, which really pick out against everything else. So it just adds really nice texture. So I'm getting caught on my limonium. I'm going to pop about that sort of height around there. One kind of in that side, and then the other one I'm going to have on the other side, maybe slightly lower. Around there. I even just love this combination. I actually photographed these, just the blush euc and the limonium on the website, just because as I was making this, I really enjoyed like that kind of combination. Then next, I'm going to get our hydrangeas in. Now these are incredible. So these like actually, if you can hear that, they sound real, they look real, they feel real, as if you've kind of painstakingly dried them from your garden, but you haven't. And these won't ever fade. So I'm going to have 3 stems in this arrangement. And the trick is to really disperse them kind of throughout. You don't want there to be anything in lines, and you kind of want them facing in different directions as well as being different heights. So I've left that one at full height over that side. I'm going to bend this one down just a touch, and it's going to come towards me the way I'm facing at the moment. And then the last one I'm going to have right kind of lower down. Yeah, about there. And you can also completely bend these in any directions. If you wanted it to stand completely tall, it will, which is great. Something that you can't do with your real ones. So just kind of nestling that one down at the bottom. And then we've got a nice kind of natural form of them going on. And then the next stem I'm going to get in is this Achillea. So this is the cream Achillea, and it just does a lovely job of kind of creating that nice neutral texture. It's an amazing stem. You get loads of different shoots on it, and they're all slightly different. So it just, yeah, it's just a really nice one. So again, I'm going to get one in maybe full height. Might just take it down a touch. Yeah. So I'm just going to pop that in kind of so that that's at the back a little bit, but then you can see like these other pieces are coming forward, which is great. And then the other one I'm going to do slightly lower, but not much. maybe about there. And almost have that sitting in between these, because what you're trying to do is break up the focal flowers, but in a very natural way. So that does a really good job, because it's not too solid. It's much smaller than the hydrangeas, so it's sitting quite nicely. So that's where we're at the moment. Then I'm going to pop in these dried alliums. So these are like the seed heads of the dried alliums. So I often collect these from the garden, but the seeds do go absolutely everywhere. And these are a great colour with this one. It just brings out that kind of autumny, them kind of rich burnt brown tones. And these are a great little height actually. I don't even need to do anything with these. So I'm going to pop one kind of through the middle just to give, again, it's just providing like a different texture, and it's a smaller shape. And then this one, I'm going to bend down slightly and have it kind of at the front. Like that. And it just, yeah, you can just kind of see it just makes everything kind of come alive and kind of adds that bit of depth. Last but no means least is the Autumn Bud Spray. I love the colour of this. It just seems to bring everything together. It just adds a nice bit of like a deeper tone, and again, a different texture. So I'm going to keep that one full height, I think, towards the back. Just kind of nice little height going on there. And then the last one, just bending down slightly, about 2-ish inches. And having that coming towards the front a little bit. I'm going to make sure that these smaller pieces can all be seen, so just like bending them into position. My hydrangea's fallen a little bit because we've been adding lots of things in, and that's fine. Just kind of, now's your chance to really make sure that you're happy with the positioning of everything. And what I always recommend is to stand all the way back from it. And you can even do this whilst you're arranging as well. It does help you to kind of see the shape that it's creating. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that one. A really, as you can see, kind of like nice, a big explosion of autumn, loads of texture, really quite warming. And I think if you're not into the really vibrant autumn colours, then this is like the perfect colour combination for your home. So I hope you enjoy watching and enjoy arranging.